Welcome back, my fellow gin enthusiasts. Today we're going to review the Duke. Now this gin comes from Munich, and it gets its name from Henry the Lion, who was the Duke of Bavaria. And the interesting story about him is in 1158, he had a bridge removed and rebuilt, basically for the monks in the area of what was then called Munich, which is now modern day Munich. This gin obviously was not made by Henry the Duke, but it was made by two other individuals who back in 2008 realized that looking for any really good handcrafted German gins on any cocktail menu here in Germany was kind of you were looking in vain. You couldn't find it. So they decided to take it upon themselves to rectify that situation. And here we are. We have this really amazing gin. And the interesting thing about this gin is the botanicals in this are juniper. They also use hops. And the base spirit from this is made from malt. So I think that's enough talking about all that. Let's see how this gin actually tastes. You know, one thing I did not grab was we'll just do it in here this time. We'll just do it that way. No, hold on. Let me grab a tasting glass. I thought I had grabbed everything this time, but apparently I did not. Man, it's always one thing or another, isn't it? You know, I'll get it right. Maybe the 100th time I do this will be the charm, you know? So, okay, as always, we have to do a proper cork test. That was very weak. Let's not even comment on that. Let's just move on. Okay. Oof. Oh yeah, the juniper is very present in the nose here. Very present. It's up front, very prominent. I mean, this is a dry gin, so it kind of makes sense they would go for the the typical London dry style, which was more juniper forward. Oh, okay, that is unique, and not in a bad way. I don't mean that in oh, that's unique and bad. That's unique and it's actually quite good. There's a subtle sweetness in this, and I think it comes from the fact that the base spirit is actually made from malts. So that you get that in the finish. But up front, you definitely get the juniper. There's a slight spice and a little bit more of a bite. I'm wondering if that's the hops. I'd be curious to know what hops they actually used in this. Maybe next time we're down in Munich, we can go towards the facility and maybe talk to the people and figure out what hops they actually did use. Let's go for another sip. Let's see what else is here. Definitely the juniper. Definitely a nice kind of, a nice bite. A little bit of a peppery note. I wonder if part of the mash bill was maybe a little bit of rye. I know they use rye in their vodka, so maybe in this they also have a little bit of rye to give it that little bit of a peppery note, and then you get that just on the end, just a little bit of sweetness. It's also got a really nice silkiness to it. If you've had something like Tito's vodka, for instance, because that's made with corn, that has a little bit of a silkiness to it. It's got a little bit of just a little bit of body. It's not cloying. It's not too much. It's just a little bit. So let's see how this does in a gin and tonic. I'm sure this is going to be quite good. So I got my rock here ready to go. Oh yeah, that's looking great. So we're just going to go ahead and drop that in here now. So those over here on the side, right here. And as we always do, we're going to do a 2-to-1. So 1.5 ounces of gin. 1.5 of our Duke Gin. And to that, we're gonna top it with 3 ounces of our Fever Tree tonic water. I mean, I've seen other specs. There's one that's like 2 ounces of gin to 4 ounces of tonic water. I mean, basically, you have to experiment to find what you really like. I really happen to like the 2-to-1, like this 1.5 ounce to 3 ounce. There's 1.5 ounces of our tonic water. And let's go ahead and add another 1.5 ounces of our tonic water. And let's give that a little bit of a, just a touch, just to kind of get it, make sure everything's mixed up. Sometimes I don't want it to stratify. I don't think it will. I don't think it did, but just to be on the safe side. And to that, we're gonna go ahead and add just a nice lime wheel here. Let's do another one. Okay, a nice lime wheel to go in. All right, and there we have our really nice Duke Gin and Tonic. So let's see how it is. Okay, yeah, that is a no-nonsense gin and tonic. That is very assertive. Oh, that's actually really good though. Hold on, it evolves a little bit. You get the juniper, but it's not like, it doesn't blast you with it. You definitely get it though. And then there's this really nice kind of punch about mid-palate that is, see if I can pick out what it is. It's not floral. It's not really bitter or spicy, but it's very unique. It's probably, again, the hops they're using, but it's really good. It's really amazing. And then that little bit of sweetness from the malt again is right there in the finish. It kind of really just makes this a really enjoyable thing. Let's compare it to the neat still. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a rye note going on here. Just a subtle one. Oh yeah, that's really delicious. So I will say, if you can get your hands on the Duke, definitely give it a shot. It is really interesting. But I've got something else we're gonna try. While I was at my local Tegut, I noticed that they have a canned gin and tonic. And I figured, since we're making a regular, our usual gin and tonic, let's see how the canned version is. So I'll grab another glass. To that, we will add our rock. All right. Slide things out of the way real quick. Set this one here. Can't do a cork test, but do a carbonation test real quick. Let's see. Hopefully the mic will pick it up. Not terrible. Go ahead and pour. Set this over. Oh, let's just, okay. We got these two. I'm gonna slide. Okay, this is our regular gin and tonic. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of lime to this one as well, because why not? If we're gonna do a proper side-by-side comparison, let's see how it is. And there is our canned Duke Gin and Tonic. All right. You know what? That's actually not bad. It's a little more on the tonic water side than the gin, but I could really see sitting down and just sipping on these. Like if you were at the store and you saw these and you wanted, like you just wanted something quick, yeah, I'd say grab these. These actually aren't bad. That's enjoyable. That's very enjoyable. Good job. Good job. Normally I will say, I'm not really a fan of canned cocktails. I've had a lot in the past that were just not good. I've had a handful that were quite good. This one, I'll say, is up there with some of the ones that are really good. Let's compare it to ours. Yeah, so this one is probably closer to maybe a 4-to-1, like 4 parts of tonic water to 1 part of gin. Not a bad thing. Some people like them that way. This one definitely is a little bit more approachable. If you've never had a gin and tonic before, this might be a good way to get people introduced to them. The 2-to-1 is definitely more of something that you have to really like gin to appreciate. But I think all in all, we have a winner across the board here. Really good gin, very flavorful, really amazing, and actually a pretty decent canned gin and tonic. So there we go. We have our winner. So again, if you can find either one of these, definitely give them a shot. So now the next thing is, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this will do in Negroni. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very robust Negroni. And then I'm sure this also is going to make a wonderful martini. So stay tuned, because we'll do those 2 next. And then I have another one, another Duke gin we're going to do after this one. I did see on their website they have a special Valentine's Day edition. I'll see if I can get my hands on that one so we can give that a shot. It's got lemon and roses in it. So hopefully, lemon and roses along with the other usual, lemon, roses, and I think raspberries are in that one. So I'd be interested to see how that one does. But once again, I really appreciate you coming along and, you know, seeing how this whole thing is going down. That was lame. Actually, I just really appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will catch you in the next one.